The 28th of December is celebrated as the Feast of the Holy Innocents. During this octave of Christmas, the Church celebrates the memory of the small children of the neighborhood of Bethlehem put to death by Herod. Sacrificed by a wicked monarch, these innocent lives bear witness to Christ, who was persecuted from the time of his birth by a world which would not receive him. The holy innocents are the children mentioned in the Gospel of Matthew, chapter 2, verses 16 to 18. Herod, perceiving that he was deluded by the wise men, was exceedingly angry and sent his soldiers to kill all male children, ages 2 and under, that were in Bethlehem and on the borders, according to the time which he had diligently inquired of the wise men. Then was fulfilled the prophecy of Jeremiah. A voice in Ramah was heard, of lamentation and great mourning. Rachel bewailed her children, and would not be comforted, because they were not. The Greek liturgy asserts that Herod killed 14,000 boys. The Syrians speak of 64,000, and many medieval authors speak of 144,000. This cruel deed of Herod is not mentioned by the Jewish historian Flavius Josephus, although he relates quite a number of atrocities committed by the king during the last years of his reign. Macrobius relates that when Augustus heard that amongst the boys of 2 years and under, Herod's own son also had been massacred, he said, "It is better to be Herod's hog than his son," alluding to the Jewish law of not eating and consequently not killing swine. The Middle Ages gave faith to this story, and Abelard inserted it in his hymn for the Feast of the Holy Innocents. It is impossible to determine the day or the year of the death of the Holy Innocents, since the chronology of the birth of Christ and the subsequent biblical events is most uncertain. All we know is that the infants were slaughtered within 2 years following the apparition of the star to the wise men. The Church venerates these children as martyrs. They are the first buds of the Church killed by the frost of persecution. They died not only for Christ but in his stead. The Latin Church instituted the Feast of the Holy Innocents at a date now unknown. Not before the end of the 4th and not later than the end of the 5th century. The Roman station of December 28th is at St. Paul's outside the walls, because that church is believed to possess the bodies of several of the holy innocents. A portion of these relics was transferred by Sixtus V to Santa Maria Maggiore. The church of St. Justina at Padua, the cathedrals of Lisbon and Milan, and other churches also preserve bodies which they claim to be those of some of the holy innocents.